Greetings of the day, everybody. My name is Ria Raj, and I'm an intern at Lexis and Company. Today, the topic I chose for discussion is thoughts or wrongs to an individual. Thoughts or wrongs to an individual are thoughts that you can commit against an individual that can lead to a harm of the individual's either reputation or either bodily harm or etc. So basically, thoughts or harms to an individual are divided into seven broad categories, being battery, assault, bodily harm, false imprisonment, malicious prosecution, nervous shock, defamation. I would go again: battery, assault, bodily harm, false imprisonment, malicious prosecution, nervous shock, defamation. Starting with battery. If someone commits an act in furtherance to cause bodily harm to another person, then the former person has committed the tort of battery because the latter person has been harmed bodily. For example, if I slap someone, then I am causing battery to that person. So the person is being harmed physically by my actions. So this is battery. The second kind is assault. If the person causes fear of battery in the mind of another person, then the former person has created the tort of assault. For example, if I raise my hand to slap you, but I do not actually slap you, but you are in the fear that I might slap you, so this is the tort of assault. I have created an assault. So basically, the difference between battery and assault is, in battery you actually hit someone, and in assault you create the fear of battery. You don't actually hit, you just create a fear. The third kind is bodily harm. Bodily harm basically means an action that is calculated and the person who is committing that action knows that it would cause harm to the other person, then such a activity is called bodily harm. If I know that if I throw this stone at that person, the person will get injured, then I am causing bodily harm to that person. The fourth kind is false imprisonment. If someone confines someone against his or her wish to a confined space and does not allow that person to go anywhere, then the tort of false imprisonment is committed. A falsely confines B inside a room without the will of B. So B cannot go anywhere. So B is basically inside a room and cannot move. His or her liberty of moving freely is infringed. So this kind of activity is false imprisonment. The fifth kind is malicious prosecution. In malicious prosecution, what basically happens is someone makes a prosecution against another person that turns out to be false and that harms the reputation of that person. For example, A prosecutes a doctor of false allegations in the court. The case is dragged for a long time, and due to that, the reputation of the doctor gets infringed. So the doctor can now go to court seeking the relief under the tort of malicious prosecution because the charges were baseless and yet his reputation was hampered because of it. The sixth kind is nervous shock, which is also the newest form of tort. What is nervous shock? When someone sees something so grievous that it causes nervous shock, breakdown, illness, fear, emotional disbalance amongst other person, then the person who has done such activity has caused the tort of nervous shock. A does something so grievous that B, after watching it, goes into shock, has emotional traumas after that. So A has committed the tort of nervous shock. For example, A repeatedly hits B with a hammer, and that scene is very horrifying, and C watches it, and C suffers emotional distress because of it. So A would be prosecuted for nervous shock. The most essential element here is that the activity should actually cause fear, shock, emotional breakdown, etc. Mere activity will not account for nervous shock. The activity should result in the nervous shock. The last kind of tort is defamation. Under defamation, what happens is a person defames another person in the form of libel or slander. Libel is written, slander is spoken. And another essential element of this is that this libel or slander should go to a third person. For example, I defame a doctor. The doctor has done no bad, but I go and write it in my blog in the form of libel that this doctor has done this. The doctor's reputation will be defamed. So I am committing the tort of defamation. Or if I am a speaker, I speak it on national television that the doctor has done this, even though the doctor has not done it, then the doctor's reputation will be defamed. He will face defamation, and so I have committed the tort of defamation. So let's review it again. There are total 7 types of tort that one can commit against an individual: battery, assault, bodily harm, false imprisonment, malicious prosecution, nervous shock, and defamation. Thank you so much.